Ki ngā tangata whenua and the manahiri to the our locals and the visitors to kua tai mai nei I tēnei rā who gathered here today. No mai piki mai tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou katoa. Welcome to the Owen Delany Park in beautiful Taupo, Aotearoa, New Zealand, for New Zealand Ultimate Secondary Schools Championship, both Open and Women's Division. We've got today we've got Epsom Girls 2 playing Whakatane in the Women's Division. And I'm Kormako, and I'm joined today by Zaria. Zaria, pretty challenging conditions for both teams today.
Yeah, kia ora koutou katoa, ko Zaria toku ingoa. Yeah, we've seen a bit of wind, going upwind and downwind, which makes throwing the disc pretty challenging. Means a lot of skill required, but it's good to see the schools out there getting used to the conditions and giving it a go.
Excellent. Fairly big squads here. We've just had Wellington play with only 6 players. And it's 4 games today, and we've got games tomorrow, so you want a bit of depth in your squad.
Oh, yeah, for sure. It gets pretty tiring having to play back-to-back points, especially in windy conditions where points last a long time. But good thing about this tournament is you're allowed rolling subs. So usually you can only sub at the end of a point before the pool goes up. But you can sub on at any time, which is good for the players, especially in long points like this, which you will see with windy conditions.
The game's to 15 today. As soon as one team reaches 8, that'll trigger a half time. But there's actually, if the team reaches 8, because the last game only reached 8 at its conclusion, purely because of the conditions. So many, it was so difficult to pick up some of those passes, and there were so many tukus or turnovers. So we've got a soft cap of 50 minutes. So after 50 minutes, you explain a soft cap, see?
Yeah, so once the hooter goes for 50 minutes, that doesn't mean the game is over. So soft cap just means that the next point or the current point is played out. Once that point is over, you add 1 to the highest score. So if the game is at 12-9 and the hooter goes and they finish the point, so the team scores and it's 12-10, then the game will be, you add 1 to the highest score, so that would be game to 13. It's likely we'll probably see some lower scores in these games just with such windy conditions that are hard to get a hang of. But it's just awesome to see players out there giving it a go and trying their hardest despite the conditions.
Well, you can see on screen now some of the girls are shivering already. We're looking at Whakatane there in the black, and Epsom Girls 2 in the blue and yellow.
Yeah, for sure. I'd just like to shout out Whakatane High School. It's the first time we've seen them in the New Zealand Secondary Schools Ultimate Champs. So pretty awesome to see a new school getting involved and putting out a team, especially in the women's division. We often lack for numbers, so it's cool to see new players getting introduced to the sport of ultimate, the wonderful sport that is ultimate frisbee.
Yeah, it's and just the experience. 4 games today, a couple of games at least tomorrow. Playing in that team environment. Ultimate is an awesome sport for primary, secondary level, isn't it?
Oh yeah, 100%. It's super cool because it's a game that doesn't have referees. So the players on field self-officiate, and sportsmanship and mutual respect of the other team, which we call spirit, is an integral part to the game. Just respecting your opponents and going out and having a competitive game, but keeping it clean and just respecting your opponents and having a good time.
Aye, te wairua or to game, the spirit. And at all levels, even at international levels when they play, there's no referees, there's no umpires. If there's a dispute where someone thinks it was out and it wasn't, where the foot was, or they were stripped, or there was a foul there, how's it normally resolved?
The exact same as you see at these lower levels in high school and high school sport. is the same at international worlds level. The only difference is sometimes there'll be game advisors, and the game advisors, they're just there in case you need a unbiased perspective, but it's up to the players on field to make the final decision. If you go to a game advisor, they can give you their perspective, but ultimately it's up to those players on field to decide, even at the highest level, which is super awesome to see. Super intense and highly competitive frisbee being played, but with great spirit from both sides.
Yeah, and it's especially great because such the focus on sport, particularly kids sport, is the push to win. And although, yep, we count the score at the end, but it's also when there's a dispute, it comes down to what's fair.
Yeah, for sure. Especially in secondary schools, you see a lot of players blossoming into careers in sport that they continue throughout their lives. So it's super awesome to see that respect between players, and you just make heaps of friends.
Yeah. We've started. Epsom girls too have done a nice kume, a pull to start the game from right to left.
Couple good options to start off the game. The wind already showing that it's going to be a struggle. You see number 17 on the Nolan there, just getting caught out with that upwind. Nina Terrell on the goal line for Epsom, looking for an option, goes over the top.
Nice catch.
Great score there from Bridget Curtin. I think we're going to see a lot of that. A lot of theme of downwind scoring. The disc goes much faster and gets caught less in the wind when you throw it downwind. So the wind's going from right to left if you on the field. Nice pop over the top there. Defender really had no chance. Great read.
So we're up Epsom girls 2. Kemua te Kotahi up by 1.
Yeah, you can really see the wind rippling through their jerseys and the hair as well. It's pretty rough conditions, but I think we'll still see a hard fight from both teams.
With the, although it says the temperature outside is 9 or 10, I think with this wind it's got a chill factor. It mostly feels like 3 or 4.
Oh yeah, 100%. Certainly have many layers on when I was walking around the fields before.
And it's cold hands makes it hard to catch.
Oh yeah, hurts a lot. Sometimes you jam your fingers on the disc. So I think we'll see a lot of resilience in these players being able to play through the conditions.
I think both teams are ready. Hands up, and here comes a kume from Epsom girls 2.
Nice upwind pull. Got a bit of roll. Rolls back to about the brick mark. Whakatane ready to play with a good put. As number 12, Eva Sexton, captain of that Whakatane side, with a good look.
Oh, you can see the wind, the difficulty they have.
It's a great look. There was a great undercut there. The wind just pushed it up, but I think we'll see progression with the throws as they get used to the rough conditions. Cassie Bennett on the goal line for Whakatane, looking to convert, and they do. Great score there from number 13, Trista Baker. We've got a game on our hands, everyone. One apiece.
Strong support by the, looks like the Whakatane Open boys team down below.
Yeah, great cut, just came that inside out. Great vision from that, from Bennett there.
If you've seen one of the live stream games already, apologies, we will be going over some of the same explanations, and explaining some of the points and how we play the game. Mainly because there's a lot of parents, there's whānau, there's friends, ngā hoa, of the players who haven't seen a lot of Ultimate before. And it can look a little bit confusing, but once you know a little bit about what some of the strategies and how they're lining up, it certainly you can enjoy it a lot more.
Great pull up from Whakatane, rolls a little bit. Epsom with a relatively short field to work with. Nina Terrell to pick up the disc. Still there.
Nice recovery.
Great pick up there. Good forehand into the wind. Whakatane putting up some fantastic defense, forcing the throw to go over the top, and it's Deed. Great D there by Brooke Nolan.
She can bring it to the front, up to the goal line.
Yep, so when the disc goes down, turns over in the end zone, the offense can pick up and bring it to the front of the end zone, establish a pivot on the end zone line. Quick turn there, great D from Epsom. And a quick score from Georgina McCullum. We're seeing some great defense from both teams. Really, so lots of tenacity to get in there.
So Epsom girls 2, Kimua Mā Te Urua, up by 2. Some of these girls will be tired. Actually, some of them have played last weekend in the New Zealand Ultimate National Champs.
Oh yeah, there are a few young ones out there who have we've seen performing on the stage. See a quick wave there to the live stream. Yeah, lots of frisbee on and taking time off school as well. But great to see new players giving it a go as well.
Whakatane putting their hand up to say we're ready to receive. Epsom girls 2 with a kume or a pull.
Elsie Mahi with the pull there. Make it to halfway. What a pull. Unfortunate drop there, but great vision from Lucy Carter there. The disc goes up. It's a roller. Oh, so close. Great vision from the Epsom player there. Running to stop the roll before it goes any further downfield. Nice swing. Lucy Carter looking for options, and there's one there, and Zoe Laurent. Oh, what an IO. Yeah, you can certainly see that these players are getting used to the conditions already, finding open options in each other and looking for some of those over the tops. Elsie Mahi with the disc. There's an open cutter right there. Great read. That's number 12, Oike. Dumps it off to the back. Epsom linking up to find some good options here. This is great upwind offense. Great D there. Picks up the disc, ready to go. Nina Terrell, sorry, that's Zoe Laurent on the disc. Gets it back. Lily Anderson tries to jam it into the end zone, but great D there from the Epsom player. Elsie Mahi on the disc. Just a little overthrow there. See the effect the wind is having on the disc. Little pop pass through. Great link up. See Zoe Laurent really directing traffic, pointing to where she wants to go. Great look. Unfortunate drop there from Lily Anderson, but she was great positioning on field for that inside out.
It looks like Epsom girls 2 are running a vertical stack.
Yep. So a vertical stack is when the team lines up in the middle of the field, which opens up throwing lanes on both sides to put the disc in. Cassie Bennett just tries to jam it through the jam hole and it gets D'd. Epsom coming back in that vertical stack. Great undercut from number 2. Just see the effect of that wind. Liggins unable to bring it in.
Another tuku, another turnover.
Great D there from Mahi.
I love the way that they're straight back on defence. That when there's a turnover, straight back.
Anderson picks up the disc and puts it in for an easy score.
It looks like head to Kinga Tatatene. It's a tight game.
That was number 2 there, Lucy Carter. Come through the score, completely open in the end zone. That presence of mind from Anderson to just pop it through. See the fans in the stands there enjoying this game of frisbee. Despite the wind, it's a sunny day here in Taupo. Nice conditions. Certainly some good weather to play some frisbee in. See Coach Stephanie Franson on the line there with the Epsom team. Pull doesn't go too far, but Whakatane ready to set up. Looking for options. Unfortunate drop there, but a great option there from that Epsom player. Whakatane come down with it. Zoe Laurent there under the disc. Swings to Lily Anderson, looking for options. Pops it through, catches the wind. And a great D there from Nina Terrell. Big fake, shifting a mark. Finds an open option in Poppy Sawyer. Disc finds turf on a hard downwind throw. Really see the effect of the wind there, Mark.
Yeah, it's and I mean, a lot of us growing up would have thrown a frisbee around. It was normally just backhand. You know, like tennis, you've got your backhand, your forehand, your marmudi, and your backhand was always the easiest.
Oh, and big rip! Ripped down by Cassie Bennett.
But the other things is, this isn't on a beach and on a sunny day with no wind. And when we threw the disc around then, we didn't have a defensive player marking us. And we didn't have a defensive player marking the person that we're trying to throw to. So it's quite different. It's a lot more challenging.
Oh, yeah, 100%. See the thrower there. They have to establish a pivot like a netball, and they can pivot to shift their mark and move them around. Again, Cassie Bennett under the disc, getting huge. Threads it through. Disc is floating. There's people under it. Who can get there?
And it took her a turnover. Plus there's a stall count, isn't there?
Oh, yeah. When you're a big forehand. Launches it downfield, bit of a laser, goes out the back. You can see that downwind. When you the stall count is someone, your defender, can stand in front of you. They have to be a disc width away from your pivot foot, and they start counting to 10. When they get to 10, that constitutes a stall out, which is signalled on field with a hand on the head, and that's a turnover.
So as that stall count gets high and we get closer to the 10 seconds, the disc handler will start looking for other options, won't they? They really just want to get the disc out of their hands.
Great score there from Epsom. Finding that narrow lane downwind. It's number 13, Bridget Curtin. Yeah, you often see stall count gets high, gets a bit panicky on the disc, and you often see a hut go up from teams to gain territory, really, when there's no options protecting themselves.
Well, particularly a game like this where there's so many turnovers, it could actually be a good option to throw it down the other end of the field, and then the other team has, possibly not even to one of your players, and the other team then has to try and work it all the way back up, particularly going upwind.
Oh, yeah, it's really difficult to really thread those consecutive passes together going upwind. So a good strategy sometimes, if there's no options, is to just huck. We call it huck and D. So just huck it downfield and set up on defence and challenge almost the other team to work it up themselves. Well,
Epsom girls lead Whakatane 3-2.
Elsie Mahi with the pull. Got a bit of roll, makes it to about the brick mark.
If it's rolling, you can hit it to the ground to stop it because you don't want it hitting any further back, do you?
Yep, great thread through there. What an inside look. Lucy Carter scoring the point there. Quick and efficient from Whakatane. Yeah, she just comes Eva Sexton there with that cheeky lefty backhand coming through. Just threading it through. Really chasing down the disc, ready to put it in the end zone. Safe hands there from Lucy Carter to reel that one in.
In terms of sports that it's like, it is a little bit like netball in terms of passing to a team member towards your end. Team member needs to catch it with body contact within the goal area at the end. But it's very much for players, it's finding space. Isn't it?
Especially with someone marking you. It's really about, so we've seen Epsom throw up that vertical stack formation, which really opens up the throwing lanes. And just cutting into those throwing lanes with some sharp side steps to try and get open for a pass. Nice put there. Just curves out of bounds. Bit of wobble on the disc, but a great look from Mahi there. Threads it through. Unfortunate drop from Kaylee Lola there. Whakatane on offense again after a quick turn from Epsom. Using her fakes to shift the mark, finds Ashley Lawler.
The transition is quite quick. They want to get up and get the disc and pass it before really the other team have chance to set up defence. There's more options, freer players.
Epsom, Whakatane back on offense now after a quick D. Just catches the wind and blades out of bounds. But great open cut there from the Whakatane player. Mahi there bringing the disc in bounds. Great pivot. Finds Roshni De Silva there for the scorer. Epsom girls up 4-3.
Nice footwork.
This game looking to be a game of just downwind scoring, but confident we'll start to see them threading passes together going upwind. Very challenging, but I think these girls are up for the challenge. They've certainly shown that tenacity on defence, so we'll see them build those connections throughout the game. Hands up, ready for the pull. Got Poppy Sawyer. Big run up. Blades and rolls over, but they quickly stop the roll. Whakatane have a short field to work with. They're up and at him, ready.
Nice
what
look.
An inside shot from Eva Sexton.
Hard play.
Lily Anderson to bring in the score there. What an assist. Quick score. Efficient, just like that.
That chase was great. Went straight through, even before Epsom girls could adjust really to cover that defensively.
She ran straight through that lefty inside out backhand, straight through the lane. I think Eva Sexton is going to be someone to look out for with those inside shots. Set up beautifully. No issues for Anderson to bring that one in.
So far all, Epsom girls, Whakatane, 4 each.
Coach is on the line there giving some last minute advice for this next point. See Lily Anderson with the disc in hand. Looks like she's going to be bringing in the pull. Epsom still discussing their line. And hand up to signal readiness. Nice pull there from Lily Anderson. Epsom with a short field to work with. Terrell on the disc. Big undercut here from Sawyer. Doesn't quite convert. Wind just getting the better of the Whakatane side there. But options downfield, they're really eager to go in an offence. Georgina McCullum bringing the disc inbounds for Epsom girls. Great D there. Covered nicely by the Whakatane defenders. What a thread through. Can anyone get there? Great look there from Eva Sexton, proving she's the captain of this Whakatane side. She's really proving to be a reliable handler back in that space. So for those at home, the main positions that we have on field in a frisbee game is handlers and cutters. So handlers such as Eva Sexton, who's on disc right here. They are their main throwers, the most reliable on field. We see a big disc go up. And cutters are those workhorses downfield, presenting options and trying to get free of their defenders so you can advance the disc up the field and then safely get it back to your good throwers who control the tempo of the game. Nice swing there. Nice look. Sawyer gets up, but it just slips through the hands. Cassie Bennett on the disc now, looking for options. Nice inside out. Pops it through. Sexton on the disc. Great pivoting. Linking up with Anderson. Sexton again up the line. Just jamming it through those tiny spaces. Oh, beautiful. Nice flow there. Bennett on the disc. Disc catches the wind. Unfortunate. But some great flow there from the Whakatane side.
It looks good when they work it short, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Particularly in these conditions.
It's so hard going upwind, but we're seeing them string together quite a few passes. Epsom will have to put on a bit more defensive pressure to stop that flow. Terrell tries to swing. Disc just goes out the fingers.
Unfortunately caught by the wind. Good defense.
Good D. Saw Lily Anderson there. She couldn't catch her own throw because she threw it and no one touched it. So in frisbee, if you throw a throw and it catches the wind like that, you cannot catch your own throw. Just off the fingers there of Ashley Lawler. Great vision from Anderson to thread that through. Terrell bringing the disc in. We're seeing her being a reliable handler in that space for Epsom Girls B team. Goes over the top. Great shot. Taken down. It's number 13, Bridget Curtin, with the presence of mind to box her out and take that disc down for the score.
In these conditions, what's the best way to catch a disc? The most secure way?
I think in any conditions, you'll hear a lot of coaches say it is 2 hands clap catch. So clap catch is when you basically just 2 hands, one underneath the disc, one on top, and you catch it like a pancake, like you're clapping the disc. But Curtin there, going overhead, 2 hands nice and solid on the disc. I think it's a mantra of some of my coaches that I've had, just 2 hands, 2 hands, 2 hands.
Yep.
2 hands is better than 1. But we have seen some great takes with just the 1 hand, some really handlers trusting their receivers. Oike with the disc, ready to bring the pull for Epsom girls. On a roll, turns over.
It's an indication that virtually all play so far has been in the downwind half of the field.
Big
for
look.
both teams.
Oh, unfortunately bobbled there from Anderson, but another great connection from Sexton, looking for that.
And it's tough. She was just going over the goal line, and I would imagine she was possibly thinking about where are my feet, because contact has to be just over that goal line.
If your foot is on the line, on the end zone line or on the out of bounds line, that is out. So that would have been not in. Oh, great D there, well read from Cassie Bennett. Another low disc. That Sexton to Anderson connection is something that Epsom will have to work to shut down a bit more. They really show a lot of trust in each other. Just goes up. Just out of the hands there from Bridget Curtin. Whakatane tried to go for a quick score. Sexton threads it through, but unfortunately dropped. Mahi on the disc. Nice up line. Just catches the wind. Baker off, swings to Sexton. She's looking for options. That lefty backhand up again. Just out of the hands there from Cassie Bennett. Goes to ground. Great commitment to try and get the disc. Nice upwind to De Silva. Fakes. Throws that forehand just behind the receiver, Mahi. Again, Sexton. A turret handler there for Whakatane. High stall. Looking for options. Nothing coming. Jams it in the jam hole. And that is a point for Whakatane. Great calm presence on the disc there from Sexton. Really showing experience beyond her years to see the open player and stay calm under a high stall. Again, Anderson with the score. What a connection between those two players.
Under these conditions, obviously, most probably a shorter pass is going to be better. But is it flat and stable and quick?
It depends what direction you're going in. Upwind, obviously, we've seen the disc bobbles up and turns over really quickly. So, goal there would be to keep the nose of the disc down, try and throw a low release, keep it nice and flat, with a bit of what we call inside out. So the disc means if you're holding it in your right hand, you kind of tilt it towards your body. Means when you throw it, the disc goes inside across your body first, then out again. Holding that angle just so when the wind catches it and turns it over and blades it to the other side, that it can hold more and float more in the wind. A lot of what we've seen is the nose of the disc facing up towards the wind, and when you throw a frisbee, one of the things you want to avoid is showing the bottom of the disc to the wind, basically giving the wind a free invitation there to send that disc to Timbuktu. Takes it away. It's hard to control and very, very difficult to read and catch it.
Because Ultimate is played basically in all conditions unless there's a risk of lightning.
Pretty
Would that
much.
be the guidelines?
I mean, I've played frisbee in hail before, in gusts like high winds, pouring rain, hail or shine. You play some frisbee, which is pretty good, but nice to see that we have some nice sunny conditions out here. Playing in the rain makes it just that much colder and harder to catch the disc. It's slippery. Looking for options, pivoting to shift to mark. Great D there from Kaylee Lawler. Nice inside again. Sexton to Anderson. Looking for options. We have Epsom coming out with a shifting mark. Forcing forehand. Great inside. Great hands there. Again, Anderson and Sexton running the show for Whakatane. Pops it, goes up line. Pivoting. She really looking for Anderson. Still there. Oh, just ground stripped out of her hands. Great layout there from Anderson.
Had two bites at it.
Oh, had it in her hands, but just stripped out of the ground, by the ground. Big hut goes up. Knocked down. Two hands from the Whakatane side to it. Anderson takes to a knee. Swings it out. Carter on the disc. Fortunate turnover there. Had options. Just a hard mark there. Terrell on the disc. One of the Epsom handlers. Finds Sawyer, who shoots it up line. Straight to the hands of Anderson. Great pressure there from Sawyer, but Sexton brings it down. Looking for the small ball. Isn't finding many options. He's going to have to get rid of it. Great pressure there from the Epsom defenders to really shut down that small ball. Epsom on the disc. Floats the forehand up. Deed there by Sexton, who picks it up straight away and is ready to go. That lefty backhand coming through. Great flow up line. See them make it to the brick mark. McCullum on disc. Throws a forehand. Just out of the hands of Sawyer, but a great cut under. Sexton again with that inside out backhand. Disc goes up and deed by McCullum. Big rip from McCullum, shooting it deep. What a look there to Curtin. Just out of the hands. Carter throws it inside, disc floats. Just out of the hands. Epsom back on offense. Can they put it in? Terrell, that reliable handler, shoots it inside. Disc floats. Great take there from Sexton. Looked like that hurt a little. Big disc goes up. Oh, just out the hands. What a great look from McCullum. So in Ultimate Frisbee, if offense and defense catch the disc at the same time, disc actually goes to the offense. Up line from Anderson. Looked off. Oh, that inside out. Disc is still there. Oh, great presence from Baker to get under that. Unfortunately, just out of the hands. Carter on the mark. Terrell to pick up. Looking for options. Throws the forehand. Sawyer couldn't get there. Whakatane on offense again. Can they work the upwind and get a break? Sexton with that inside out backhand again. Just catching the wind. Looks like it's gusting a bit more out there now. Big rip. Nice look there from McCullum. Really having faith in those downfield receivers. Fortunately, just goes out of bounds. See Oike coming on now. Using that advantage of those rolling subs. Nice look from Sexton. Oh, big roll. Epsom can bring that in on the front of the end zone now. Terrell on the disc again. Nice move, nice cutting from Sawyer. Looking for the inside, and it's caught. It's number 2, the Epsom side. Alice Liggins. Great catch at the knees. Really using any part of her body to make sure she can bring that score in. Little stutter step in the background, puts her defender off just a little bit, and then safe hands. Great cut from Sawyer to clear the lane. Safe hands from Liggin. You can use any part of your body to catch.
As long as it doesn't touch the ground.
Oh, yeah.
So
I mean, I've seen the disc land on someone's back and then be scooped off someone's back to still be alive. Hadn't touched the ground. Shout out to Blake Holloway there, the New Zealand Tertiary Champs last year.
It was good knowledge of the rules and quick reactions.
Yeah, for sure. Looks like a timeout taken here. Just be a couple minutes, both sides to recollect and reset. Tight game. Epsom 6, Whakatane 5. Now, Mark, if you're in the Whakatane huddle right now, what's going through your mind? What do you think?
Just security. I'm really liking the way they're working it up the field when they do with short passes. They've got some really good combinations on that, and I think they just need to have a little bit more patience. But I think we'll go to a quick break. We'll be back in a sec.
Sweet.
So sponsorship from New Zealand Carbon Farming has been fantastic for our sports teams actually who went away to tournament week. We're a community who's driven by sport, but often money and the cost of travel and the cost of accommodation and uniform can be a barrier for some of our students. So to be able to have the support of New Zealand Carbon Farming has been fantastic this year.
It's been used to get new uniforms and all that sort of thing. It makes us look a lot better than being in older uniforms from 2000s.
It's good that it's reversible as well.
Yeah, so you don't get confused with the other teams.
Yeah.
One of the things that our students get down on, if you like, in sport is not looking as good as the other team, and to come out with a new uniform for a number of sports, particularly our basketball teams who have been away at nationals, has been uplifting for the students, for our students and for our community. The support from Carbon Farming has been wonderful.
Big thanks to New Zealand Carbon Farming for everything they've done for us.
Without them, then we wouldn't look like this.
Whoops, running on empty? Enjoy a 6 cents per litre fuel discount at your local Caltex with Pumped every day. Ah, feels good, eh? Get it at any participating Caltex.
Got players on the line now. After that quick timeout, ready to see some offense from Whakatane coming downwind. Whakatane there on the with the pull.
Actually, because of the number of Tuku's turnovers that have happened, I think we've only possibly hit one pull from the other end.
I think that was the
With the
starting
wind,
pull
yeah.
as well.
It just shows what these conditions are like.
Inside out.
Like as
All are looking up line.
As I was saying before, Mamua, a forehand is so much harder to throw than a Mamuri, a backhand, which is what we used to. But you have got a defensive player on you, and if you watch it, normally the defensive player is trying to stop you throwing that backhand and force you to have to throw your forehand. Because it is so much more difficult and there's more chance of another tuku or turnover. Plus the defensive player who the offensive player you're trying to throw to has normally got a defensive person trying to get between them and the disc. Plus there's these conditions. Plus there's
what a
that
take
count.
there. The layout in the end zone from Cassie Bennett. Looked like there was a foul called on the mark before, but Whakatane put on some good defense, got the disc back and punched it through. Bennett with the layout, the safe hands to reel that one in. What vision here.
Nice look.
Goes to ground, safe hands. Brooke Nolan with that vision, that little inside-out backhand. Great bid there as well from Alice Liggins, almost got a hand to it. But Bennett, safe hands, great play.
Epsom girls going over some strategy.
Whakatane with the disc in the air, signalling their readiness for a pull. Nice pull, not a lot of roll, stopped quickly by the Whakatane team. Epsom running down on offense. Cullum, big look upfield. I think that looked like it bounced off the back of her own player there. Short ball from Whakatane. Nice D from McCullum, gets it back. Big pivot. Oh, and hand blocked on the mark. Looks like that hurt a little from the coldness of the wind, but Kaylee Lawler there, great D. pivoting to move a mark. McCullum putting on a lot of pressure.
Believe it or not, the forecast was that the wind was supposed to have dropped away by now, but I think it's actually
McCullum with
got
the
worse.
look.
Nice look.
Reeled in safely by Phillips Tejada. Nice score there for Epsom girls. Bringing the score to 7-6. He tukinga tatatine. This is a tight game, folks. Both teams just trading points at the moment, but we're seeing some great arai pehi, defensive pressure from both teams, generating turns, and then presence of mind there from Terrell to swing the disc, and then Phillips Tejada there for the quick, easy score from McCullum. Whakatane there with the disc. Whakatane have their hand up, ready for the pull.
Here comes the kume. Nice strong Maomiri.
Nice pull, bit of roll. Mahi working hard there on defense. McCullum, what pressure she's putting on. That inside out put through. Great look there from Cassie Bennett. What a way to move her mark and then just get off that inside out backhand. Epsom with a long field ahead of them, working upwind. Inside out. Forehand defended by Brooke Nolan. Epsom back on defense. Big mark from De Silva. Not letting anything go. Great hands there. She's looking for that inside out again. She wants it. What a mamuri there. Putting it up. What a beautiful backhand. Just goes out the back, that downwind catching it, but that inside out shape. That offensive player, Lawler, was in the right place. But Whakatane back on defense. He goes up line. McCullum goes for the continuation. Sorry, that's Liggins there, I believe. Goes for the continuation. Doesn't quite get it. Big arms there from McCullum. She's looking for that inside out backhand. She goes. What a
nice
take.
pick up.
That's an amazing grab there. Looks inside. What a score. Threads it through.
I don't think she was quite sure where her feet were, because that foot contact has to be totally past the goal line.
Yep.
So she took that extra pass just in case.
If her foot was on the line there, that would not count. It would be called not in. What an amazing grab there from Lily Anderson.
Left-handed.
Disc goes up, and presence of mind there. Looks like it was into me, but Whakatane taking that quick pass and securing the score. Kaylee Lawler there. Anderson with that inside out. Threading it through to Nolan. It's that tere nekehanga kōpai, that fast disc movement from Whakatane that just shredded the Epsom defence there. Great play from Whakatane. 7 apiece. There's 3 minutes left in this game so far, so seeing a tight game come out could see a game to Universe Point. Whakatane coming out on offence. Big pull.
So 3 minutes to the soft cap.
What a pull. Makes it to halfway. Yeah, 3 minutes to soft cap. So game doesn't end at soft cap, but pressure. Terrell picking up the disc again. battered down by Bennett. What a tenacious defence there. Lily Anderson on the disc. Sexton. Anderson running a circle around her defender. Sexton looking for options.
Count will be getting a little bit higher. She's looking for an option. That's where the pressure comes on.
Pressure from Epsom defence there to generate a turn.
It's still Whakatane's ability to get it up the field that Epsom girls don't, even though it's 7-all as a score. But the short passes, the short game, generally is more effective.
100%. 2 quick turns there from Epsom and Whakatane, and Terrell is back on the disc. Sexton putting a lot of pressure on their mark. Goes up line, but Phillips Tejada can't quite bring it in. Lily Anderson, what a standout player she's been. Inside our back, it goes up. Oh, safe hands from Sexton, brings it down. Bennett on the disc, puts it up, it's floating, players under it.
Nice.
What a
nice recovery.
Brought down by Sexton. Looks to that inside, can't quite thread it through. But what vision there, and what a presence of mind to get under the disc and see, catch it.
It's an incredibly athletic game, isn't it? You need a really high aerobic fitness.
100%.
When someone's defending you, you want to lose them.
Oh, yeah.
So you're going to take them from one end of the field and down to the other. It's going to be an incredibly quick, and it's going to be fast. And then you want to cut back because you want to lose them. You want to get free to receive that disc.
Up line from Sexton. Right on the end zone line, looking for the score. Oh, just batted away. I think we have a foul called from Sexton. Just seeking a perspective from the sideline. It's called a foul. Let's have a look at that again. Big defense there from Terrell, I think that is. Just coming over the top of Sexton a bit there. That is soft cap, so the outcome of this point will determine what the score goes to. Based on the score, it should be a game to 9 because the next point will be
8-7.
Take the score to 8.
And then we add 1 point on to the highest number.
Great D there from Terrell, but
9.
just coming through the hands a little bit of Sexton, just impeding her ability to catch the disc. Yeah, she just takes her arm out a bit there. Just a reminder that ultimate frisbee is a non-contact sport. And because it is self-officiated, Sexton is allowed there to call a foul and discuss it on field, just seeking the perspective of the coaches on the sideline there who know the rules quite well. See what the result will be. So Sexton called the foul on Terrell, so she can either contest, which means she disagrees, or she can uncontest, which means she agrees. If the call is contested, the disc will go back to whoever threw it, and everyone on field will reposition to where they were the moment that the last uncontested play.
They may be getting some advice from the sideline, but they're like game advisors, aren't they? Where they won't actually be making a decision for them. They'll just be advising
it's
them
up
of
to
the
the players
rules.
to make a decision. It looks like that disc is that foul has been contested by Terrell. Anderson now on the end zone line. Threads it through. I think we have another foul here. Sawyer with the defensive pressure. Threads it through. Bennett had her hands on the disc. Sawyer there coming through. Can't quite see here, but looks like there's another foul being called on the field. Another type of call that can happen is if the player on defense knocks the disc out of someone's hands and they had control of it. So a catch constitutes you've gained control of the disc and you've stopped the spin, so it's not spinning and you fully have control. If a player knocks it out of your hand, you can actually call a strip. So in this case, if a strip was called, it would constitute in a goal if you catch it in the end zone and someone knocks it out of your hands. Otherwise, it would just come in on the end zone line. Again, just the discussion taking place between the players and figuring out what happened. See Steph Franson on the sideline there, just giving some advice. The Epsom girls coach. See that replay again. Just that pressure from Sawyer there. Coming through.
I think there's only disc. It looks like only disc contact, but it's whether the
Not
rotation
sure.
had stopped.
Yeah, not sure whether a foul or a strip is being called here. If the player had caught the disc and had stopped rotation and then the defender came through and hit the disc, that would be a strip. But it really is just up to the players on field to decide the outcome of that. It looks like that's another contested foul.
Just maintaining everyone goes back to the position that they were in when the foul happened.
Yep, because it was contested, everyone has to go back to where the last uncontested play was. Then they have to stay still. Then what happens is, so number 4 on the disc there, Phillips Tejada of the Epsom team, she will have to tap the disc, which is called checking it in. Mātai Kopai, disc in, and then everyone's allowed to move. Unfortunate turn there just on the goal line. Epsom with that defensive pressure. Terrell looking for the D. Looking deep. See number 9. Ashley Lawler smacking that disc down on defense. A lot of pressure here from Epsom now. Stall count rising. Shifts it to Nolan. Disc just fades out of bound, catching the wind a bit, but what awesome flow there from Whakatane to work that disc upwind all the way to the end zone line. Unfortunate not to get a score there. Curtin almost reeled that one in.
Nice hurdle. Decided to come round on the way back.
Just showing the athleticism of the Whakatane team there. Terrell on the disc. Big pivot. Pressure from Sexton on the mark. Looks deep.
Nice take.
Finds Curtin. Can hear calls on the field. Bridget, no. Trying to get that chili on the disc to...
Just that patience on
Yep,
offense.
what you said about disc security before, Mark.
Yeah.
Sexton. Safe hands.
Looking for possible safe options. The cut should come.
Hand side goes up. What a take. Takes it low. Bennett, safe hands. Looking to link up. Just goes up. It's floating. Still there, still there. Curtin.
And could still have been caught.
Yep, could still have been caught. Curtin knocks it down in the end. Terrell with the disc. Sexton on the mark. Fakes from Terrell. Looks up. A great high release backhand there to Lucy Simon.
Nice open space found.
So that takes us to a game to 9. Epsom are up 8-7 at the moment. Whakatane are coming downwind though, so we could see a game to universe point. Universe point means that the score is the same. What a high release backhand from Terrell. What a handler she is. Universe point is when both teams are on the same score at the end of the game after soft cap has gone. So this is a game to 9. If Whakatane score another point here, there'll be universe point, which basically means the next point that is scored wins. Sort of like golden goal. It's a very tense, very exciting time to play when you're on the Frisbee field. Gets the nerves going, for sure. See De Silva on the line. Liggins, Oike. Hands up, pull goes up. Sexton again at Libel handle, looks to the inside, goes through, just out of the hands of Lily Anderson. Mahi on the disc. Disc goes up, it's blading. Just catches the wind there. Sexton ready to pick the disc up and go. McCullum on the mark.
This really is possession is king.
Oh,
If
yeah.
they're so close to that scoreline, it's just what options
Inside
do they
goes
take?
up. Great defensive pressure there from the Epsom player. Sexton just had no options and had no choice but to shoot it into the end zone. Mahi finds McCullum. Fortunately dropped
Another
there from Liggins, but great flow from the Epsom team developing. Inside out goes. And it's Sexton this time in the end zone.
And
She's been assisting so many points.
we're evened up at 8-all.
This takes us to Universe Point. Next point on the board wins, with Epsom are coming downwind, which is such an advantage in conditions like this. Inside out to Sexton. A throw she throws so much herself. She finds herself on the scoring end. She's all about the stats here, throwing so many assists for this Whakatane side. Really a standout as their captain. See Liggins. McCullum going to the line for Epsom girls. We also see Terrell, that handler for the Epsom side, and Oike. And De Silva on the field as well, taking the line for Epsom on this final point in this exciting matchup between these two teams. Lily Anderson, Sexton, Kaylee Lawler, all on the line for Whakatane.
Coaches giving final guidance.
I think we see Bennett down there as well.
Whakatane with the kume, left hand end of the field. Into what is most probably the strongest winds we've seen today. Don't want to get up on it, prevent any roll back towards their line, so Epsom girls have more space to work that disc
Big
up and
pull
hopefully
goes
get
up.
a tuku. There we go, there's
Knocked
the stop.
down. Whakatane ready for defense. Got Trista Baker down there for the Whakatane side as well. McCullum on the disc. Dumps it off. Oh, safe hands from Terrell. Manages to reel it in, holding it onto her shins. De Silva with the continuation. Nice flow here from the Epsom side.
Nice patience, nice patience.
Liggins on the disc.
Keeping
Dumps it to
short.
Terrell. Big defense on the mark from Bennett. Finds the open under in Liggins. Epsom are close here. Dumps it back to Terrell. Bennett waving her arms on the mark, not wanting to let anything go. Bit of congestion. Disc goes up. What a great bid there from Liggins. Just out of the hands. What vision to go high release over the top from Terrell. Such a talented handler. Just a whole breadth of foes. Quick turnover for Whakatane. Struggling with that upwind. McCullum brings it in. She looks deep. Disc is up. What a look. Oike there, looking to bring it down. Just doesn't get there. Sexton now. Oh. It's really suited Carter, who looks downfield. Can't quite be brought in. Just off the hands. Terrell looks for some quick disc movement. Doesn't
What a good
quite get
sign
there.
how evenly matched these teams are.
This is really the level you want to see at school nationals. You want to see highly competitive games and good competition. Just out of the hands of Lily Anderson there. Sexton, almost her favourite receiver.
And up.
Terrell puts the disc up. It's floating. Slammed to the turf by Sexton. What a presence she has on this field for the Whakatane side. She has the disc on the sideline. Looking for options. Goes up line. Caught by McCullum. Looks deep. Can't quite reel it in there, Liggins. Sexton brings it up again. Looking for that backhand. Oh, hand blocked
Nice
on
hand
the
block.
mark by Liggins. Epsom is so close here. Just looking. Terrell on the disc. Can they punch it in here? High stall. Sexton getting aggressive. Disc floats. Terrell can't catch that. No one else touched it. Disc goes up. Getting huge. Great bid there from Carter. Tero on the disc. Looking for that inside. Whakatane not willing to let the disc go through. What a bid there from Liggins. Okay, in the area as well, looking to bring that down. What an exciting last point we're seeing from Whakatane here. Looking for options. Not much movement. It's been a long game. Deep there from McCullum. Looking for the easy inside. And there it is. McCullum to Liggins for the last point of the game.
Epsom Girls Grammar Epsom Girls Grammar take the game 9-8 over Whakatane.
What an awesome game to watch here, Mark. Just that pressure from Whakatane. Unfortunate that they couldn't come out with the win. We just see that downwind just being so easy to score, but great flow from them, and I look forward to seeing more from them.
Actually, both teams can take a lot away from that. They can hold their heads up high. That was a hard-fought game, especially in these conditions.
Absolutely. What a tight game we have here. That was duking a tata. But Epsom Girls coming away with the win on Universe Point. Looks like both teams have earned themselves a well-earned rest.
Well, that's it from us. We'll be back about 1:15 with Hillcrest High School versus Takapuna Grammar in the Open Division.
Yep, thank you.